Hey all, welcome back to GSC. So I've had some questions on how do you set up your four-wheel drive GM truck for sled pulling. Well, if you have a 6.5, I'm sad to say that Casper's two-wheel drive, and I can't really use that as a demonstration. So I'll use Duramax or the 8.1 here as my test subject stunt dummy here to show you guys what we do to set them up. And that way, if you too want to try and sled pull, you can. It's basically the same process on a GMT 400 or a GMT 800. So I'll get this thing flipped around. We'll talk about it. So here's my pulling fleet. The 8.1 pulls in stock gas class. Duramax pulls in street diesel or 2.5 or work stock. Casper pulls in street diesel 2.5 or work stock as well. Casper being two-wheel drive makes this a real difficult video to explain the principles behind it all. So I'm going to start with beater here, since it's the four-wheel drive that I think we'll be able to explain most everything for everyone. I know that a lot of 6.5 guys have asked, so we'll start here. So number one, drop your torsion bars all the way down. Take those bolts and that cross member and bring that nose as close to the earth as you possibly can. Next thing you're going to do is go get yourself some dirty hooker diesel spring clamps, crank those down all the way with an impact and pull that spring pack together. That allows for basically one giant spring, and it helps with your weight distribution and eliminates axle wrap. If you're serious about it and you really want to get into it, go out and get yourself a set of HSP traction bars or WC fab from 30 hooker diesel. Either or will work, and that'll really keep the axle in place. Beater, I haven't quite got there yet, so it's optional. The spring clamps will do just fine for your first couple passes. Another thing, get a good pulling hitch. So this one comes from Pedal to Metal Pulling out of the Thumb in Michigan. Andy Schroeder does an outstanding job building them. A lot of adjustability, and they're extremely strong and durable. I use that on all three trucks, and it's nice because I've got this huge swing of adjustable movement, so I can use it on Casper or on the 8.1 and put it at my 26-inch hitch height without a problem, because that is pretty much the golden standard here. Is make sure that it's right around 26. It's a fuzz low, but it's okay. So we've got a hitch. It's at 26 inches. I've got spring clamps on, and they're tight. I've got a kill switch in the truck, which we talked about in the last episode, and it would hang out the back here. Tires. Tires. All right, your rears you want to leave a little bit hard. So I run them between 38 and 50 pounds depending on the track. If it's a real dust bowl, put them down at like 38 to 42. And if it's a real tack track, 45 to 50 pounds depending on your power level and what you're comfortable with. Front, you'll want to put them down around 18 to 20 pounds. Get them going low, and that way your sidewall takes a lot of the abuse and twist, and that way your steering components don't take the abuse when you really start to wind them up. 4 low second gear in a 6.5, 4 low third gear in a Duramax is going to be your friend. And when that green flag drops, wind her up and let her rip. So that's the basic premise of setting up one of these trucks. It's the same basic setup from a GMT 400 four-wheel drive. I don't own one anymore. Casper's two-wheel drive. That's why I'm explaining this on beater. And on beater, it's going to be basically the same thing. So your GMT 400 and 800 setups are going to be nearly identical. The only difference is the Duramax is going to leave a little bit different than your typical 6.5 will. So at the end of this, I'll go ahead and throw in a video of me pulling beater last week, and you guys can kind of watch and get an idea. And that was set up with torsion bars all the way down, spring clamps on both sides, 26-inch hitch, kill switch, 47 pounds in the rear, 18 pounds in the front, and I wore my helmet. Hopefully this helps you guys out in the future if you want to get into pulling or any kind of playing in the dirt with your 6.5 and or Duramax pickup truck, and enjoy the footage of beater getting beaten. Thanks all.
Would you like to see